Hi, I'm Loretta. Welcome. Welcome to chair yoga, but then you know that. Um, let's begin by sitting up on the edge of our chair with our feet hips width apart and sit up straight. And let's begin by breathing. Let's place one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. Even somewhere around your belly button probably works best. And then let's start to breathe. And breathe as deeply as you can and just begin to notice your breath. And deeply inhale and deeply exhale. And see if you can get both hands to move. So let's begin. Let's take a few of these breaths to bring us here. As it goes deeper, you'll begin to feel your lower hand moving as well. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. And now on our next inhale, we can go ahead and drop our hands and let's exhale to the sound of Om together. And let's begin with our arms. Let's say up and down, up and down. A few more of these. Take one more. And as we come down, come to the middle with your hands into prayer position and move up and out, and up and out. Take a few of these. Try to coordinate your breathing with it. Inhale as you're coming up. Exhale as you're letting it out. Let's take 2 more. As we begin to move our hands and our arms, we're bringing in our heart and our lungs and our chest. We're starting to really feel breath come throughout our body. So then let's take it, our arms out and in, and out and in. Take a few. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Make it count. And bring your hands down. And let's bring our arms up and over our head and put our hands on opposite elbows, sitting straight, putting our ears between our arms. And let's take a couple of really deep breaths here. Feel the opening your body's starting to do. One more deep breath. And bring your hands down and intertwine them, turn them out, bring them out in front of you, and take 2 really good, strong breaths while your hands are directly out in front of you, as far as you can, away from your shoulders. On our next inhale, let's bring our hands up and over our head and look up. Take a couple of breaths here. One more. Here we go, last breath. And then bring your arms back down. And let's begin with our shoulders. Let's begin with our ups and downs. So as we raise our shoulders up, bring your head down into a duck. There we go. Up and down. Let's take a few of these. Up and down. Oh, I love these moves. I don't know about you, but the shoulders really do give me a lot of trouble. I'm sure it's because we all work on computers, we all read, we all have our heads down. And one more, up and down. And then let's turn our wrists out and in. And as we're turning our wrists, let the shoulders and arms go with it. And you'll feel yourself almost in a cow, cat, cow, cat. But we're really just doing it with our wrists. Let's take one more, opening up those shoulders. And now let's take shoulder rotations. Circles around in big circles, opening up those shoulders. Take a couple more. Last one in this direction. Come to the back and go the other way. Last one. Then come on back to center. And let's go ahead and take our thread the needle. So place your hand on one knee, whichever one you'd like. Raise your arm up, your opposite arm up. Bring it down and thread the needle through your arm. Bring your ear down, touching your shoulder as close to your knee as you can. Take one breath. Then take your hand that's on your knee. Bring it back and up and straight out into the front of it. And take a couple more breaths and feel yourself really reaching with that arm. Really, really reaching while you relax totally with the other shoulder. Last breath and we'll come back. Well, here, we'll bring it back now. Bring it back to our knee. Bring the other arm back up and complete the motion by bringing it back onto our knee. Now let's move to the other side. So raise your arm, bring it through the needle, drop your head, take a breath, relax into this. Then bring your arm back, snake it up your body, and shoot it straight out in front of you and reach. This just is a really good example of how your body can do two different things at the same time and support itself in both ways. This shoulder's relaxing, this one is stretching and reaching. Bring your hand back, bring it back, bring this arm up, and bring it back to your knee. And then let's go ahead and move up to our neck. Let's go ahead and take some of our infinity circles, which are to the side and over, which is a figure 8 turned on its side. And see if you hear any cracking or popping in your neck. That's always a sign that you need to do a little bit more work. A couple more of these. By the way, I haven't said it, but if you feel like it, close your eyes for these things. As much as you can, it brings you inward. And then come on back to the center. Shake your head no, just gently, but make sure it's a definite no. And shake it and release those muscles. And then come on back to the center and nod your head yes. And feel it. Feel what a yes feels like. Different muscles entirely. Come on back to center. Take your finger and coax your chin all the way up, which is going to lead us into that position of open heart, open chest, open throat, breathing. You can breathe through your mouth if you want. I have better luck breathing through my nose, and that's really the preferred method, but you do whatever works for you. And bring your finger back to your chin, bring it back to the center, and then bring it down all the way down to your sternum. Tuck that chin and touch your chest, dropping your shoulders and really feeling that stretch right across the breadth of your neck, right here. That's where I feel it. There's like a band, and it goes into my shoulders too. but this is a very, very comfortable position for me. One more breath here. Taking your finger, bringing your chin back up. Take a couple more infinity circles. How does your head feel? How does your neck feel? And bring it back to the center. And just because I think we probably need it, let's go ahead and do a couple of breathe in deeply. And what I'd like you to do is lift one shoulder and drop your ear to it. So deep breath in and drop your ear. Try to meet your shoulder, although you know that's not going to happen. Go ahead and feel this opening and loosening completely. Take a deep breath into it. And as you exhale, feel the relaxation. One more breath. And go ahead, you can use your finger and bring your head back up. Let's do the other side. Deep breath in and drop your head, drop your ear. Try to reach your shoulder. Take a couple of really deep breaths right here. Let's see if dropping our hands makes a difference. I think it does. Go ahead and take that with dropped fingers. And then gently bring your hand and bring it back up and over. And let's go ahead and start moving into some circular motions. And this time I'm going to do it just a little different. Bring your hands out in front of you with your arms touching your elbow, each elbow. And let's turn in the opposite direction. Come back to the center. Turn. We're starting to wake our spine up to the circular movements. And I'm just going to take one more of these because I really like touching our body better. But I wanted to see how that felt. I don't think it opens us up quite as fluidly as this does. And then bring your hand, drop it to your knee. Put the other hand in back of your chair, underneath your hiney if you want. We're going to take a spinal twist with 3 breaths, each time twisting a little deeper, keeping our heads very loose, closing our eyes so that we don't get them involved. And we're going to move from the torso only. Try not to pull your leg. Try not to twist with your head. Try to let your torso do the work. So deep breath in, close your eyes and turn. Keeping your head loose, deep breath in. Don't pull your legs together and turn. One more deep breath and turn. It's not like your head doesn't turn, but your head isn't turning your body. And then come on back to the center. And let's do the other side. Keeping ourselves nice and loose. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Keeping your legs separated now. Deep breath in. And turn. Torso move. Deep breath in. And turn. One more. And turn. And then come on back around. And let's go ahead and take our side to sides. So again, dropping one hand to the side, raising your other arm straight up by your ear, wiggling your fingers, feeling your toes, noticing. Take a deep breath in. And notice that your energy is actually transmitted from the tip of your fingers all the way down through your body, through your side, opening up that side panel all the way through your foot. So deep breath in and we're going to bend. As deeply as you can, bend on the exhale. Take a couple of more deep breaths. Go ahead and look under your armpit. One more breath here. And on the next inhale, come on back up. And bring your hand down, move it to the back, Switching your other hand to your front and bringing it all the way up. Noticing your energy. Feel where it all begins and bring it into you. Deep breath in. Feel the side panels opening. And go ahead and bend. Keeping your heart wide open. Deep breath and go. In yoga, the heart should always be the highest thing in the room. Let it shine. On your next inhale, come on back up and come on back to the center. And let's move into our cat-cows. So to begin that, let's go ahead and start in our cat. So go ahead and shrink your head, drop your chin, bring your shoulders, and then release it and come on up into the cow by just this fluid motion of your chest and your chin. Back and up with contraction, expansion. And as you do it, as you come up, your tailbone goes back. And as you come back, your tailbone goes forward. So do a couple more. Let's get a rhythm here. Do them a little quicker. 2 more. Make them juicy. Last one. And come on back to center. And let's go ahead and open up our legs. Let's put our heels in with our toes pointed out. You know where this is going. This is a goddess pose. So put your heels just about even with how your legs of your chair are, if you can. Sit on the edge of your chair. Your toes are pointed out. You're going to use your hands and smooth your legs out as wide as you can possibly smooth them out to be, and still do it. Then as you sit up very, very straight and take a deep breath in, we're going to raise our arms up. So, and we're going to sit here and we're going to breathe in our posture with our legs wide open, feeling that stretch. We're on the edge of our chair. We're assuming the goddess position, and this is one of strength, one of benevolence, one of goodness. The goddess provides in old cultures for everything. They're the harvest queens. Go ahead and feel the strength. And then bring your hands together, bring them out. Ha! Say ha with me. Ha! Keeping your legs out. Ha! 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 2 more. Ha! Ha! Bring them out and bring them down. And go ahead and feel the mountain pose even while you're in the goddess. Feel your energy grounding with your hands out and yourself wide open. And then bring your legs straight and still making them point forward, still on the edge of your chair. With your hands on your knees, let's take a forward roll down. And so we're going to tuck our chin, and 1 vertebrae at a time, we're going to come down and in between our legs. So deep breath in and down. When you reach your knees, you can let your hands go and come on down and let yourself relax. Bring your hands to the floor if you can. If not, bring them to your legs. What I'd like you to do wherever your hands are is take your elbows and put them into those joint sockets right here and push out. Just gently. All we're doing is spreading our legs just a little bit more, keeping our head tucked and breathing. Pushing out a little, challenging our muscles. 1 more deep breath. Bring your hands to your feet. Come on back up. With your chin being the last thing that comes up. And let's go ahead and take our goddess circles. We can bring our legs together. That'll probably feel a little better. And we're going to start going to the side with our chest, to the front, to the side, to the back. This is a rib motion. So use your chest to guide you. Take a couple more. This is the last one. Come up around to the back and turn around and go in the opposite direction. Happiness runs in a circular motion. I don't know why that came to me, but that's probably why I like circles so much. And come on back to the center. And let's just take our legs and spread them as far as we can while they're pointing directly out. And then bring your knees in and out, going up on the sides of your feet, taking the windshield washer, just moving our legs and our hip sockets. 2 more of these. And bring it back together. And let's bring our legs together. And let's stand up. Now you can hold on to the side of your chair for all of this, or to the front of your chair. That's the purpose of the chair. Now don't be afraid of standing up, because it's going to help us. We're going to get our balance, our legs are going to get stronger. We'll be more capable. And that's really what I seek out of things, is to be the most capable I can be. If I'm walking across the room, I want my legs to be sturdy and stable. So let's take a few knee bends. We're just going to directly bend our knees. Take a couple more. And then let's do that one I showed you last week, where you bring your leg up 10 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep a flexed foot, 2, 1. Now take it to the back. 1, and point your toe here. 2, 3, 4. You don't have to point your toe. If it feels good, do it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, mine feels better flexed. 10. It gives more power to the motion with a flexed foot. So now let's go to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's come over here and let's do the same thing on the other side. Let's take a few deep knee bends and just kind of feel how our knees feel when we do this. We're just introducing motion to them. One more. And then let's stand by the chair and use your other leg. We're going to come forward. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's go to the back. Again, I think it works better with a flexed foot. So 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. And now to the side. 1, 2. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn the chair sideways because I want to show you a new way that I saw for doing the tree for our balance that really works for me, and I'm hoping it will make balance easier for you. I'm sure you've noticed I have trouble with the tree, but what I've seen is, okay, come and stand in front of your chair, pick up one knee, and just barely lean it against it, and really concentrate on straightening your other knee and standing up straight. Then lift your other knee as much as you can. And I'm going to count down from 10. 10, 9, try to keep your knee up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. For me, that's much easier. And what I'd like to do is just start counting more numbers each time until we can get better together at doing the tree. Now you can do anything you want with your hands for the tree. Or if you really know the tree and love it, go ahead and do it your way. But this is a good prep for bringing yourself into standing on one leg, lifting your other, placing it just gently so you know the chair is there, then lifting it. 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And see, for me, that was a lot easier tree. I know it's not officially the formal tree where you do all of these things, but I honestly, until I can get us there, and I'm along with you, I think I'm going to try the tree this way from now on. And since we have the chairs turned, I'm going to go ahead and do a downward facing dog. So we're sure to get that in. So walk up to your chair, take your hands, spread your fingers and thumbs, bring them down on the chair as far away as you can, keeping them spread. Now step back, flat-footed, as far as you can, until your feet want to go up on their toes. Don't let them go on their toes, just remain flat-footed. Okay, your head's up here, drop it down to your arms, drop your shoulders, which raises your high knee, and straighten your legs. And take a few breaths here. One more deep breath. And for those of you who can, come on in and do your plank. Raise up on your toes, bring your chest over your hands, point your chin forward and look ahead, and take a few breaths. One more breath. And then come on back up. And let's take our wide-legged spread by spreading our legs out. Putting our head between our arms, dropping our shoulders, and straightening our legs, which raises our rear end. And breathe. Two more deep breaths here. And then come on back up, walk your feet up, and let's take, while we're here, let's take our awkward pose, which is the chair pose. So we're gonna put our feet together, our knees are together, we're gonna deeply bend like we're picking something up off the floor. We're gonna keep our knees as bent as much as we can, but raise our top. Put your hands on your thighs, bring them up to your waist, and then bring them all the way up. Keep your shoulders wide, and take a couple of breaths. Now you're bent down as far as you can be. It's like you're sitting on a bench, but you want your back up and as straight as it can be. So 2 more breaths. And raise yourself gently into a gentle back bend. And come on back down. And then let's just, we're gonna have to move into Shavasana here, or we get to move into Shavasana. But meanwhile, let's just rotate our hips. Let's make sure we're worked out here. And go the opposite direction. One more, deep one. Okay. And then just for the heck of it, I'd like you to start at your toes, your feet, and start just kind of moving them. What we're looking for is a whole body shake. Let yourself get as loose as you can with every part of your body if you can. Some people call it catching a fit. I like to think of it as an overall body, just generally welcoming and happy. And then slow it down and come back to the center and take the Tadasana to ground it. Take your mountain pose and let your energy ground inside of you. With a deep breath. One more. And come on back to the chair. And let's do our hands. Just sit as comfortably as you can for this part. But let's take our hands, bring our fingers together, and let's just go around. We won't go up this time. We'll just take a few more of these in one direction. One more. And then turn it around and go the opposite way. For me, this is the best wrist stretch that helps my hands the most. And so I'm always going to try to include it. And then come on back to center. And we'll just take our fingers. We'll do our spider on the mirror, doing his push-ups with in, out, in, out. Take a couple more. And then just take your fingers and gently pull them. Pull each one. Not enough for a crack your knuckle. Just pull them so that you're acknowledging that they're there. They've got energy in them. You want to facilitate that energy spreading. And then come on back. And I think it's really time for us to take, let's take my favorite lion's breath so that we can really open ourselves up. But let's begin with our huge sigh first. So take 3 huge sighs with a deep breath in. Another. One more deep sigh. And then let's begin our lion's roar, where we sit up straight and we really, really get into it. And we come back in and we take our breath and we go, rah! Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, open your eyes wide, make as much noise as you can. Rah! Rah! Take 2 more. And then take another sigh or 2. And notice the difference in the way you're breathing. And how you're feeling. Better. You've opened up, your heart's rejoicing, you feel good. Let's use that energy to slide into Shavasana, where we close our eyes, we take a few deep breaths, we let ourselves melt and drift from the top of our head all the way through our body to the tip of our toes, and we integrate. What we try to do is we try to meet ourselves in the middle. What I mean by that is that our breath and our body and our essential being with our mind and our ideas all come together and quiet down and meet in the middle. So let's do that. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. So don't be afraid to relax and don't be afraid to let it go and let your body feel the joy of the integration of who you are. So let's begin. Close your eyes now. And now from wherever you are, bring yourself totally back up and into the present. And bring all of you. Take your time, come on back, and open your eyes. And then let's just take your hands and form like a cushion under your leg and let it dangle and let it just be as inert and as comfortable as it can. And then I'd like you to take your feet and point and flex, and point and flex, and point and flex. And take it and turn it into 3 circles. When you reach the front, go the opposite direction. And then gently let your leg hang again and come on down to the ground. And do the same with the other. Give it a pillow and let it hang. And then flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Let's do one more. And then let's do the circles. When you reach the end here, go ahead and turn around and go in the opposite direction. And gently let your leg relax and bring it on down. And we've got just a minute, so why don't we go ahead and just take a few stretches, see how we really want to move. And maybe give yourself a really good hug. And then let's bring ourselves back to the center. Bring your hands together in the prayer position. Let's bow our head for a moment and thank our one true teacher for bringing us here and leading us together, directing our lives and helping us flow, opening our hearts and our bodies and our minds to the spectacular greatness that is us, that is our energy. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming. I hope I see you next week.